Hi, everyone. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ, an Air Force veteran and a survivor of abuse who celebrates recovery every day from codependency, sexual integrity issues, and the fallout from bipolar disorder. My name is Dustin. Hello. So, how you doing? No, really, how are you doing? Too often when people ask us a question about how we're doing, or we give a quick and easy response like, I'm fine or I'm okay. I mean, it's easy. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of us today are not okay. We're far from it. I know today I've been not fine quite a bit. You see, part of my particular flavor of mental health issues is that I can become fixated with things outside of my scope of control. I can become anxious and I worry about them. I even obsess about them. And this causes the little hamster in my brain to kick into overdrive, sprinting on his little wheel as fast as he can, as if his life depended on it. The end result for me, anyway, is that I get bound up tightly, I worry excessively, and I generally feel miserable, frazzled, and on edge. Anybody relate? Now, this particular struggle is true now more than ever because of the international pandemic of COVID-19. Whether it's the health of my kids or the security of my job, or even if I have the right amount of toilet paper for the 10 people that live with me, my brain can easily grab onto this or a million other things and that are out of the scope of my control. And then the hamster starts to sprint again. Now, if you're like me, you're desperate to find a way to calm that inner anxiety, stress, and worry. You're desperate for some peace. So the big question is, how do we find peace in the midst of pandemic, panic, and pressure? The answer is the but God. When the wheels are falling off on my bus all around me, I can remember easily that I love and I serve the but God. Yeah, I know how that sounds, but it's an easy way for me to remember a simple concept, which is this. Scripture reminds us over and over again that my God is bigger than any of my circumstances. Here are a few examples. Are you feeling worn out or run down? 1 Kings 5:4 says, "But God has given me rest on every side, and there is no adversity or disaster." Psalm 73:26 says, "My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever." Are you feeling unloved? Romans 5:8 says, "But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." Are you feeling powerless or confused by your circumstances? Genesis 41:15 says, "It is beyond my power to do this," Joseph replied, "but God can tell you what it means and set you at ease." Are you worried about people taking advantage of you or hurting you? Genesis 50:20 says, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Are you struggling with a hurt, habit, or hang-up? 1 Corinthians 10:13 says, "The temptations in your life are no different from what others experience. But God is faithful. He will not allow the temptation to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, he will show you a way out so that you can endure." Are you feeling alone, isolated from God, and hopeless? Ephesians 2:4-7 says, "But God, who is rich in mercy, out of the great love with which he loved us, even when we were dead through our trespasses, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you have been saved, and raised us up with him, and made us sit with him in the heavenly places in Jesus Christ, that in the coming ages he might show us immeasurable riches of his grace and kindness towards us in Christ Jesus." In every example, the struggle, worry, or trial is answered by the but God. My encouragement for you tonight is this: remember that God is bigger than your circumstances. Remember the but God. Thank you for letting me share.